49. I like to do things that are, well, innovative or something creative that hasn't been acknowledged. I think the element of surprise is very important in laughter and in life. So sometimes conditions around you are going to say you should do something, and you shouldn't be so fixed in your ways that you can't just say, oh, this is going to be fun, let's try this. I have a lot of books in my head that are saying, I should write me first and write me first, but I definitely would want to leave behind one of those. I also like creative things. I like to do things that, one of the purposes of art is to do something, or to try to do something that is impossible. And you're writing a song, it's never going to be 100% perfect, but what is a perfect song, or what is a painting?
My name is Adrian Dannett, and I'm 55 years old. I'm scared of age and death and destitution. ADD. The horrible reality of everyday life creeping around me and dragging me down into the depths of despond. Decrepitude, illness. I'm often convinced I have strange diseases and illnesses, and I'm always ready to think the very worst. And I guess death, of course, like a lot of people, or a lot of elder people. I find the death thing a bit worrying.
My name's Paul Reynolds, I'm 42. I suppose I always wanted to work as a musician, always wanted to explore music, so I'm lucky enough that I'm doing that. When I was young, I wanted to be rich and famous. I think everyone does at some point. And when you grow up, you realise those things are not as important. Or maybe you realise they're not going to happen, and so you rationalise that fact. It would be nicer to be playing music at Wembley Stadium, but maybe one day. I like listening to all sorts of music. I tend to come back to great songwriters of the past kind of 50 years. Paul Simon and Billy Joel and Ray Charles. Probably closest to my heart, but I have a real range of stuff I listen to.
Tony Forbes, 41. Traveling, photography, and spending quality time with my daughter.
Moses, 29. I'm not really afraid of what the future holds, because I believe in God, so I leave everything in God's hand.
My name is Bilal Etta. I'm 23 years old. I always wanted to be in film. Yeah, even like I used to love movies when I was young, so I always wanted to be a part of film. Either it be filmmaking or acting. It was either one of those two.
My name is Tito. I'm 19 years old. I'd say what motivates me is my family. They definitely remind me of who I am as a person, as well as what I said to them I'd want to be in the future. I think it's always nice to go back to family to remind yourself who you were as a person, so they really motivate me.
Fear is often it's because you don't understand something. It's fear of the unknown, and I think one of the things that's frightened me the most lately, although I'm starting to build up a sensitivity to it, is the electronic voice phenomena, which is where you leave a recorder in a haunted house for overnight, and you come back and listen to it. And I listened to a radio program on American radio where they played back some of the best EVP recordings, and I should not have listened to that. I was not sleeping for a while because they are very disturbing. So yeah, electronic voice phenomena scared me, and I actually heard about that at an academic conference, and she played some for us, and luckily there were lots of other people there, so I wasn't that scared. But when I listened to it on the radio by myself, that was pretty scary.
I love people, and I love places, and I love my bicycle, and I love my family, and I love cities, and I love the country. I love everything, really. And I love art and beauty and drink I hate small-minded, bureaucratic people in offices, probably. And I hate stupid thinking.
I suppose what I'm scared of is being alone. Also, I'm a little bit scared of heights, although I really do quite like adventure and climbing mountains and things like that, so that's something I have to work with. I think what motivates me is connecting with people, and I like to do that through conversation and through art as well, specifically music. Being able to find better connections with people, I think, is my main motivation.
I hate rushing, and I hate injustice.
I hate, hateful people. I think, if there was more love in the world would have been a better place.
I hate not doing the things I love. Having, being employed in a place that I wake up to and not look forward to going to. That's what I hate.
I'm scared of things staying the same. I don't know if it's selfish for me to see the changes in the world that I want to see. They may not be for everyone, but it's change. Nothing's for everyone. Gotta keep moving.
Ambition, it's one of these things where you have the dream and you have the reality. And the difference between the romance and the real is pain. So this idea of having to go through that pain to chase your passion is one of the things that reminds me of that. Is ambition, it's a benefit, but it's also a cost, because you're always going to be climbing and striving to do that, and it's motivating, but it's also a journey, and they say that you need to finish the journey, or that life is a journey. And a lot of people, I think, are chasing an ambition and they never reach a happy state. So I think it's important for ambitious people to build in that happy state into their lives, smelling the roses while you're going past and that kind of thing. Because if you chase a career and you die with the most stuff, sometimes that's not what you were actually aiming for. So, yeah, ambition, it's a good thing, but it's got a dark side. It's got a side to it that is all things, like the ancient Greeks said. There's a positive thing, and every new technology has it takes something away from a previous way of life.
Yes.
The map is a lie is one of them. The map doesn't tell you of the journey. It makes the journey look too easy. It doesn't tell you how quick that river is flowing. It doesn't tell you what the weather is going to be like and this kind of thing. I am ambitious on certain things, and then other things I'm very laid back, and I am sort of just alert to opportunities. So sometimes it depends on the environment you're in. You need to drive it, and you need to be ambitious, and you're the source of energy. And other times it's kind of like the lottery. You can buy the ticket, but then it's kind of up to the system what's going to happen.
I was offered a job by the head of JP Morgan Bank at the beginning of a party at 7 o'clock, and by 2 o'clock in the morning he was chasing me down the corridor of his incredibly grand townhouse in New York, calling the security forces to have me ejected as soon as possible. And suffice to say, I didn't get the job, and I didn't go on Monday morning to have my first ever job. So that was a great disappointment, because I would have maybe liked to work, never having worked. Sadly. Tragically. It's never too late to start, I say, and my glorious career could have begun
In a bank.
in a bank, although I can't even add up. We used to have things called O-levels in Britain, and I failed my maths O-level 8 times. So I don't think I'd be very good in a bank. But maybe you don't need to add up in a bank. I have no idea. Maybe technology does it for you now. I have no idea.
The human race makes mistakes that are not that can't be fixed, and I suppose I fear that people would become less rather than more intelligent as time goes on. I love reading great books. I love thought-provoking films. More than anything, I love live music. I love being at a good concert and the connection I have with everyone in that room, and that way of experiencing relationships and connection. I really love that.
I'm very fearful that we will slowly destroy the planet with no concern about consequences. I'd like to believe that I would lead my life and live a good example for my daughter and my children's children to give something back to the world. So to do some volunteering in poorer nations and leave behind, compassion for humanity.
I just want to be remembered as, someone who's great. So I'm talking about great son, great brother, great friend, and as long as they use the word great, that will be me, I'll be happy with that,
I was reading a book, and inside the book there was this quote, and it said that there's two types of people in a party. Ones that say, "Oh, there you are," and the others that say, "Oh, here I am." Meaning that, some people have more magnetic personalities than others. So when they enter the party, they have the right to say, "Oh, here I am," because, people are waiting for that particular person to show up. While the other people say, "Oh, there you are," as in like, they were missing that person. So, and it kind of falls down to leaders and followers too. Like, some people are leaders, some people are born to be leaders, and the others are, just followers. There's nothing wrong with being followers. It's up to you. You need to make your destiny clear if you want to be a follower or a leader. If you have talent to lead, then go right ahead.
I love my moms. I love God. That's new. I love myself. It's key. I like to write about stuff that relates to this world, but then take it outside of this world, if you know what I mean. It's like, yeah, I like science fiction. I like, I'll take it anywhere I want. Like, I write in the Western, space, the church.
So create new worlds.
Yeah, create new worlds with different predicaments and kind of scenarios, and yeah, I like to really. It's more of an abstract kind of thing for people to recognize what's going on in this world, and like find the answers in that world. I want to be like Spike Lee, them Spike Lee joints.
Yeah.
He's my inspiration mostly. My favorite quote goes, "It's better to be unhappy and know it all than to be happy in a fool's paradise."